Welcome to this new video where you will learn some of the most powerful rhythms that exist in shamanic drumming to connect with nature and with your ancestral wisdom. For thousands of years, our ancestors understood something that modern science is only just beginning to grasp. Everything moves to different rhythmic patterns, and that's what determines how we perceive reality, one way or another. Neuroscience shows us that when we listen to specific rhythms, such as shamanic rhythms, our brain enters a state of neural synchronization. In fact, Dr. Melinda Maxfield from Stanford University discovered that shamanic drums, when played in certain specific ways, induce a Z state in the brain, which is the same state we experience during moments of meditation and deep healing. These rhythms activate the parasympathetic nervous system, reduce cortisol, and provide us with natural endorphins from our brain that make us feel good and happier. This is what scientists call neural entrainment, which means your brain completely aligns with the rhythm of the drum. But this isn't something new. Ancient shamans have used these same rhythms for healing since the origins of humanity. For example, Siberian shamans talk about the rhythm of the heartbeat of Mother Earth, a basic rhythm that, according to them, connects us with everything that exists on the planet and, therefore, in the universe. It's also very interesting to see that in the Lakota tradition, native to North America, the rhythms of the drum correspond to different elements of nature. For example, there's also the heartbeat, the gallop of the horse, the flight of the eagle, the flow of water, of rivers. All those natural elements have corresponding rhythms. And it's not just about sounds, they're vibrational codes that awaken the ancestral genetic memories we carry in our DNA. Now, let's experience together 4 shamanic rhythms with a drum from nature. I invite you to feel them, to open your ears, your heart, your body, your mind, and see what they convey to you. And then, with your drum, if you have one, or if not, with your chest, the table, your hands, or whatever you have, try putting it into practice. These are very simple rhythms and, as you'll see, also very free rhythms. In shamanism, especially in shamanic sound, a lot of freedom is always allowed because it's understood that we can all be our own shamans. In the end, we are channels. We all have a connection with the universe, with the earth. No one has more than anyone else. You just have to develop it. So, even if someone else, at another point in history, discovered that a certain rhythm works for something, you have all the tools and resources to discover something completely different and very powerful. So, these rhythms are very free. It's not that they have to be at a specific speed. No, they're really about feeling in the present moment, seeing what you need, what your body is asking for, and carrying it out. To begin, one of the most powerful, which I've already talked about in another video, is the rhythm of the heartbeat. The heartbeat of Mother Earth. This rhythm corresponds to the earth element, as the name suggests. And it's very simple. It's divided into 2 parts. Here you have to think about what a heartbeat is like. First, it has a slightly stronger part. That's fine. But then the same thing, just a little softer. As you can see, I changed the rhythm a bit. I started faster and then slowed down. That was simply because I listened to myself, and even though I wanted to do it at a certain speed to show you how to do it, my body wanted to do it differently, so I changed it. And that's what I'm getting at. You can change it to your preference. One tip is to hit the first 2 beats in the most central part of the drum. Why? Because they sound deeper and more resonant. It might produce a sound with more body. And the next 2, hit them a little closer to the rim and a bit softer, so there's more sonic variation, more color. You can practice all of this with a metronome. There are also plenty of apps on your phone. Just search for online metronome and you'll find a wide variety. This will help you keep a steady beat, because even though I always say you can flow and be very free when it comes to rhythm, it's good to know how to keep a steady rhythm so that from there, you can vary it however you want. Something very special about this rhythm is that, since it sounds similar to a heartbeat, after playing it for a while, your own heart will tend to sync up with the rhythm and follow a similar pattern. This is amazing because, if you think about it, you can consciously use rhythm to your advantage. If you feel like you want more energy, to be more activated, you can start playing it slowly, then gradually increase the speed until you're playing faster, and your heart will sync up as well. You'll have more energy. If you're feeling very stressed, anxious, or overwhelmed, do the opposite. Start faster and then gradually slow down so your heart adapts and ends up beating more slowly too. Let's move on to the second rhythm, the rhythm of the healing rain. This is a very special and very free rhythm, because just stop and listen to the rain. No one can control the sound of the rain, it's rhythms. There isn't a specific rhythm, it's something very changeable. It's a fluctuating sound, it changes, sometimes it's louder, sometimes softer, faster, slower. It's actually very chaotic, but beautiful. The beauty in chaos is the sound of the rain. So, what we're going to do with the drum is exactly that. I simply invite you to close your eyes and think about the rain, connect with that element, try to visualize it, see the rain falling and think about the sound it makes. Then you just pick up your drum and start playing at whatever speed you want, whatever your body is asking for. If something chaotic, remember there doesn't have to be a rhythm, a specific pattern. Try playing different parts of the drum, with different intensity, different speed. Look, I can go a little slower, like this. And suddenly, a bit slower, and then speed up, because the rain gets heavier. Slower, on one edge of the drum, a different sound, and then faster, stronger. This rhythm of the rain purifies and renews. What I invite you to do is to think of each drumbeat as a drop of water falling. A drop of water that cleanses your energy, taking away everything that weighs you down. Now let's move on to the third rhythm, the rhythm of the transforming wind. This rhythm is about imitating the wind. It's also a pretty free rhythm, because in the end, no one can control the wind. Sometimes it comes from one direction, sometimes from another, with different intensities. But the idea is to create a wavy rhythm, rising and falling. We would start with a strong beat, 2 soft beats, and then a medium one. The medium beat serves as a preparation for the next strong one. If you notice, it's like a curve that goes like this. We start with the strong beat up here, go down with the soft beats, then a medium one here that gets us ready to repeat and start again with the strong beat. It's like the wind, a fluctuation, it moves like a wave. It's a wavy rhythm just like we said at the beginning. So, strong beat, 2 small ones, 1 medium, and we repeat. And to finish, let's move on to the fourth rhythm, the rhythm of fire. This rhythm is very intense and powerful. In fact, here it's great if you start slower and always build up, more and more, with a lot of intensity, increasing both speed and strength. It's a very simple rhythm, you just have to keep hitting continuously. It's very similar to what we call the travel rhythm, which is also a shamanic rhythm. I'll tell you more about it in another video, because these are the ones from nature. But simply, continuous beats. It should remind you of the crackling of fire flames. Continuous beats, quite strong, and we change the speed. I mean, you can do it like this, the way I'm doing it now, or you can do it like this, and you can do it fast. This rhythm very easily induces a trance state, especially when we make it progressive, because trance usually goes from less to more. It's very difficult to enter directly with those fast rhythms. We need to get used to it gradually. But if we start slowly, we'll begin to notice how the journey is created, because a real journey forms with this rhythm. It's also the rhythm of fire, and fire has the power to give us a lot of energy, a lot of vitality, but also to purify us from everything we don't need. Notice what happens when we make a fire. Anything we throw into the fire turns to ashes. And those ashes, when they return to the earth, have the ability to prepare the soil so that other plants can grow there later, so that new ideas, new creations can grow. It's something amazing. And after learning these rhythms, we move on to one of my favorite parts, a practical exercise. This is your moment to create your own sound medicine and make your own shamanic rhythms of nature. If you have a drum here, now is the time to grab it. If you don't have one, like I said before, you can use your hands, your chest, the table, or a pot, whatever you have will work. As long as you can create a rhythm with it, it'll be perfect. Let's create the rhythm of personal power together. This rhythm is specifically an adaptation of the 4 rhythms of nature that we learned earlier. And this is a rhythm of personal power because we are nature. I mean, if you think about it, the four elements of nature are found within us. Earth, the beat of our heart. Water, the rain, we are water. As science says, our bodies are made up of a large percentage of water. Fire, fire is our energy, our drive to do things, our personal power. Wind, our subtlety, our freedom to do whatever we want, the free will we have, the ability to go with different situations, to rise above. So, with that said, let's get started. This ritual is very simple. It consists of doing the four rhythms. One after another, progressively, imagine in your mind the element you want to connect with, picturing that element inside yourself. We're going to start with the rhythm of the heart. You can do it with me. If it works for you, you can follow my pace, or if not, you can pause the video and do it at your own speed. By the way, I recommend feeling gratitude at this point toward the earth element, understanding what it gives you. What does the earth give you? The earth gives you everything. It provides you with stability, a place to put your feet right now. It's where you are born, where we are all born. It gives us food, the ability to root ourselves, a home. So, keeping that in mind, imagining the earth element within us, it's easy. Imagine your body filled with earth inside. Because really, yes, you do have earth within you. You have many minerals that make up your whole body, your bones. Give sincere thanks to the earth and truly recognize yourself as an integral part of it. Break time equals 0.5s/. Let's close out this rhythm by repeating 3 times, either in your mind or out loud, whichever you prefer. I am one with the earth. So take a deep breath, close your eyes. Now we're going to move on right away, without pausing in between. This is a ritual meant to be done all at once, to connect with all the rhythms at the same time. We're going to connect with the rhythm of the rain, which we talked about earlier, the rhythm of water. For this, imagine your body filled with water. Imagine that you have water inside you, because you do. Imagine your blood flowing, all the liquids inside you. And at the same time, picture that sacred rain falling over you, washing away everything that weighs you down. Feel profound gratitude for the essential element of water, which profoundly allows you to be alive and has been with you, sustaining you, since the very moment you were born into this world. Even before you were born, since you were in your mother's womb. Now I invite you to pause, close your eyes, and take a deep breath. And repeat 3 times, I am one with the water. You can repeat it, just like before, either silently or in your own words. I am one with the water. I am one with the water. I am one with the water. Now let's move on to the rhythm of air. Let's do this while remembering that we are also air. Not always. With every breath, the air outside comes in, and with every exhale, the air inside goes out. With air, we are constantly exchanging energy. This is very important because it's the way we give ourselves to the world and receive from the world, constantly, all the time. It's something that is always with us from the moment we are born. We never stop breathing, because if we stopped breathing, we would die. So, keeping in mind the gratitude we feel for the element of air, let's begin. Let's start playing the rhythm we learned earlier. We breathe calmly and deeply, becoming fully aware of the fresh air entering our bodies. We are deeply grateful for it. And now we repeat 3 times, I am one with the air. Let's do it. I am one with the air. I am one with the air. I am one with the air. Now that we've connected with the element of wind, let's move on to fire. I'm sure you remember what the fire rhythm was like, because it was the simplest of them all, but no less powerful for that. What we're going to do is remember that we are fire. For us to exist, there had to be a series of processes throughout nature that involved fire. As they say, the whole earth was once full of fire, lava, and volcanoes. All that heat, all that energy, was responsible for creating everything as we know it today. So, let's remember that. How grateful we should be to fire for being such a present part of our lives and our creation. So, let's take the drum and visualize a fire in our chest. A fire that grows. With every beat of the drum it grows and connects us with that energy, that vitality, that creativity. So, let's go for it. Focus on feeling the heat of the fire you have in your chest. You might also feel how it expands to other parts of your body. That's okay, allow it. Phew, this one's powerful, isn't it? As we've done before, close your eyes and repeat 3 times, I am one with the fire, remembering the gratitude we should feel for this powerful element. Take a deep, calming breath. Here, I highly recommend you take a few precious minutes, perhaps even a bit longer, just to truly feel and immerse yourself in the profound silence that surrounds you. If you carefully observe, this very last rhythm, the one that just concluded, is incredibly intense and remarkably powerful. The striking and truly fascinating contrast that is immediately created when we cease playing it, and a complete, enveloping silence fills the entire room, is genuinely captivating and profoundly interesting to experience. The best way to appreciate silence, or sound in general, is when its opposite exists. We appreciate a sound the most when there was silence before it. In a very noisy city, we don't perceive a sound as clearly because there are so many. Or, we appreciate silence the most, after having been surrounded by a lot of noise. Now that we've been playing a very intense rhythm, it's important for you to stay in silence for a few minutes. I'm not going to do that here now, because otherwise the video would get too long. You can pause the video and do it now, or if not, when the video ends, spend a few minutes in complete silence. All these rhythms you've just experienced are only the beginning of an infinite universe of sound. There are so many more rhythms, and not just the ones that already exist, but also the ones you can create, and in the end, those will be the perfect ones for you. You have to reclaim your power, your personal power. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't connect with all of this, that you need someone else, because all the power is within you. You are a human being, you are a being of this universe. And you have all that creative energy inside you. Honestly, I don't know if you believe in God or what you like to call it, but a great fragment of God, of creation, of the spiritual energy that flows everywhere, is inside you. So don't let this system, the people around you, television, or social media tell you what you have to do or tell you that you have no power, because remember that God and all the power are within you. But also, besides the drum, there's another extremely powerful tool, and that's your own voice. In other videos, you'll see that we've also worked with the voice. Our voices are the exact, ideal frequency for our bodies. The sound we naturally create is therefore perfect. And I want to take this opportunity to tell you that I'm finishing up creating a very powerful course. Well, maybe by the time you watch this video, it'll already be done, I don't know. If it is, I'll leave the link in the description. If it's not ready yet, it will be soon. A course on shamanic chants, throat singing, overtone singing, because your voice creates your reality, and learning to use it the right way gives you incredible power. Anyway, if you're interested in the course, that's great. If you're not, that's absolutely fine. There are plenty of videos on this YouTube channel that you might find interesting. So remember that your voice is your greatest medicine, your rhythm is sacred, and your connection with nature is your greatest strength. So may the medicine of the drum be with you. See you in the next video.